Forge! Going! I'm still a hard man! Alright, so I'm going to be talking about I am your host, Imperator of Forge. Hearts will be broken, minds will be shattered, feelings will be hurt, people will go insane. I am your host, Imperator of Forge, and this is Semi-Pelagianism, Free Will, and Divine Grace. Pelagius was a British monk, or Briton monk, that lived in the 5th century, the late 4th, early 5th centuries in Northern Europe, at the end of the Roman Empire. And he was a rival of Augustine, who lived in North Africa at the same time. And they created their own specific late antique philosophies of sorts, mainly drawn by Aristotelianism or Aristotelianism. And I think that semi-Pelagianism is it. Now, I do think that hierarchies are necessary. I do believe in hierarchies of sorts. I do believe in hierarchy and rules and like standards that have to be set to a degree. But I consider myself to be a semi-Pelagian. Semi-Pelagians believe that man has inherent free will, that he can come by his own means to salvation with God, and that the process of salvation is both because of intervention of man and God. Divine grace is a gift from God, but you of your own free will are able to come to accept that salvation, or you come into that process of accepting that salvation through your free will. It is a process of divine and human synergism instead of monerism, as what Augustine believed. In contrast with that, Augustine believed that man was totally deprived because of original sin and was predestined to hell. Actually, no, he didn't believe in predestination. That was John Calvin. Okay, I take that back. Augustine believed that man had no free will. He was predestined to everlasting hell because he was fallen in original sin, and only through the direct act of monerism or monergism through God, through Christ, could man be saved. So, yeah, I don't believe in Augustinianism, or I do not believe in the Augustinian total depravity stuff in regards to the act of salvation. I believe in the semi-Pelagian view of it, of partial depravity. I believe in the semi-Pelagian concept of partial depravity. Interestingly, rabbinics also consider themselves to be semi-Pelagians. Rabbinics are semi-Pelagian. Jews never believed in original sin. And the Jesuits were also accused by the Jansenists of being semi-Pelagian or being Pelagians. So it's interesting that the Jesuits and the Jews, who, by the way, were both some of the most successful peoples ever in history of man. The Jesuit order and the rabbis were some of the most successful counterweights to Christianity ever. were Pelagian. So I think that there is weight to the semi-Pelagian argument, and Jesus Christ was not an Augustinian. Jesus Christ was semi-Pelagian. The apostles were semi-Pelagian. And the Old and the New Testament is basically can only be understood through a semi-Pelagian viewpoint. So that being considered, I believe that man has free will to choose, and I believe that man can take part in salvation directly with God through divine human synergism. And I do not believe in original sin or total depravity. I don't believe in original sin or total depravity. So yeah. That being said, semi-Pelagianism is definitely the way to go. Semi-Pelagianism is the key, buddy. All right, so anyways, the Catholic Church is the Antichrist. It is the beast of the land. Anyways, that's really all. Peace.